get back into this thing, man. Okay, so going back to what we was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Before your relationship right now, did you have any like strong beliefs about who you should or shouldn't love, or who is okay to love or
Yeah.
acceptable to love?
Yeah. Yeah. No question. But again, it's crazy you asked that now
Because
because
I'm not gonna speak on your relationship. I'm not gonna speak on what your relationship look like right now until after this.
okay. Yeah. No. No, for sure. Um, I think my concept of what I would call love or whatever, and what it was rooted in, of course, it was gonna be a sister, knowledge of self, uh, that's
Right,
what
right,
ones who knows the truth of history, knows the truth of of all of just that deep spiritual. And I ain't talking about religion. I'm talking
right,
about spiritual connection. With ancestors before any Christianity, religion, or Islam, anything came to our shores. What that root was, I want that root to the earth. You know what I mean?
right.
So, and loves the most high. So yeah, I had, because I was building myself. So on that journey, I wanted one like that to experience it with as well. But before that time, of course, the hood chick, I mean, gang banging and stuff like that. So the hood chick was, so it developed as it went. It developed, it changed as it went, my idea of this. And then, of course, I mean, even with, if I'm being honest, bro, we got to take into account of how much lust plays in a lot of that too. How much of the music that we listen, it plays in that too. The videos that we watch or the movies that we watch plays in that too. Dr. Chris Wilson spoke on that in the ISIS papers, and how, a lot of us were programmed to date certain women because of the programming that we're up under as we grow older. And from the youth all the way up. So a lot
Mm,
of that has to be taken into account too, bro. And I'm not going to sit up here and pretend and not deny that as well. We have to take up on that aspect as well, bro. How much lust did play a part of what we call love? How much of it? And be real with yourself. How much lust played in the part of what we call now love? So we need to get to the root of this, and not just try to hide
right.
some aspects and not all. No, man, bring it all to light, bro. So I know that lust played a
Because
part.
a person can be like, a person could really say to themselves or to the public, I couldn't see myself loving nothing but a black woman or nothing but a da 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 da.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But really, the truth could be, I don't lust for any other woman more than I lust for a black woman. So I
Hmm.
feel like that means I could only love a black woman the most because I lust the most over them.
Okay, see,
But that's not exactly true.
right, right. For me, no, it's not at all, because we both know that after that lust, man, if we can't sit and have that intellectual stimulation, bro, it's gonna deteriorate. If I can't sit there and build with you emotionally, physically, and spiritually, it's going to deteriorate. I must have certain needs met only because I know where I need to go. That's the point. If we're going
Right,
to grow, we have to grow
right.
in union. You are the divine feminine. I am
Now
the divine masculine.
this is that quantum thinking that you was talking about.
The quantum
This is that
thinking,
quantum love.
the
It's
quantum love.
it's I gotta know that past this, you can stimulate my mental. I gotta know that the guy I am now,
Mhm,
the person that I fully awakened, the person
mhm.
that is sending my energy out to the cosmos, I gotta know that you got enough fuel in you for this trip. I'm going somewhere.
Mhm.
I'm not picking up temporary passengers no more. I'm going somewhere.
Right.
I gotta know that you equipped for this trip.
That's vital.
And that's not about what I see on the outside. I don't need to know that you got the backpack and the boots on before we go on this hike. What's in that bag, fam? What's in your toolbox? What have
Hmm.
you been working on within yourself that I know that you equipped for this pathway in my life? Do you already have self-respect in your bag? Do you already have standards in your bag?
Hmm.
Do you already have loyalty and that you speak truth and life into other people in your bag? Because if you don't come with that, I don't need you here.
Do you have that?
And when I do, because I had to work on that, brother. And if I didn't, I can't. How am I gonna recognize it? It's
Do,
like
do,
them
do,
old movies
do
where they
we-
looking for like a key. You know how this always be like two pieces, and they be like, I know it when
right.
I find it because it's gonna match to this. If I don't know what my own self respect look like, and I can't be honest, how can I recognize it in somebody else
Let me ask you this then.
or
Do
even
you
appreciate it?
do you feel that this being came into your existence because of love? She came into your existence because of
Do I
love?
feel like
She came in
do
your
I feel
presence
like
because of
this
love.
being yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Then
feel like she
define
came in
love,
my existence and my orbit because of God's love.
which would be your love, right? So, okay.
Right.
So it was a divine appointment.
Right. This is Adam I will take from your rib and give you a companion because that's something you need. I'm gonna give you that. That's why I mean she came into my orbit. I don't mean she just happened to walk around and we bumped into each other. I feel like she was sent because of his love for me.
Hmm. So then if that's the case, because of you saying the most
Okay.
high love, so you are confident in knowing that this is someone that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with?
Yes.
Hmm. If it don't, do you have the capacity to move
Okay.
forward in your journey?
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying that is because, bro, you need to understand that I believe that your time on this earth is just not wholly subjected to any form of materialism. We are at spiritual war. So what I'm saying is that as spiritual warriors, you need to understand at any given time, and let me prove it to you because throughout your life, you've been caught up in certain circumstances that's led you to certain situations. Me too. We both suffered the same.
Right.
So in this same
Right.
process, do you think the end goal was to be married?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. That's the same. Listen, that's the same as when the women have a baby and they be like, I feel like I lost my identity. I'm just Whoop the Whoop's mom now. No, 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 no.
Okay.
My journey ain't to be married. My goal, my end goal is not to be married. Marriage and this union is just a part of my journey to further things. Once again, I'm on my way somewhere. I'm on my wife is a position in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just like my mother would be, just like my business partner would be. They just have positions.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my end goal. Once I meet this person or once I begin that union, no, that's just a part of the journey, which is before that union is fully formed. Hey, baby, this is where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going? Does that mesh? Can you see yourself in my life? How can I see myself in yours?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like our journeys can be intertwined enough for both of us to see success or for the right sacrifices to be made? Because this is where I'm going. If not, no hard feelings, but this is where I'm going. As my wife, can you help propel me to that end goal? You know what I mean? While I also support yours. Like, can we do that?
Mm-hmm.
But no, marriage for sure, hell no, is not the end goal.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's a part of the process. Part of the
Right,
process. Okay. Okay. And I think that's the ultimate reason why individuals come to pass bros to assist each other. When you have a bind or
right,
you're bound to assist each other in whatever endeavors y'all may so choose to do. But I think the foundation has to be of a spiritual one. Because if not, physical or even
right,
physical reality fluctuates. And this is what I mean by when we speak of
right.
love. We have to continue to tie love into that frequency of completion, not of a romantic emotion,
Hmm.
but of a completed state of existence, knowing that under any and all circumstances, you will be able to give love as well as receive it, no matter how it comes. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
And so that's why I mean by
right,
I ask you these questions, because we can't allow anything in the physical realm to determine that state of love that you have to have balance with. That's what it means to be
right,
holy. Holy means to be whole, complete, or working towards that.
right,
And that first starts with you and then with your companion, and then with the most high, on and on and on. So I just think
right.
in general, bro, that's why I asked you what I asked you about, that emotional connection, because I think a lot of times some of us may get caught in that. and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no
yeah,
room to grow.
yeah. Right. They like, bro, I'm in love, bro. I'm getting married. Like, what you doing after that? Hey man, it's just, hey man, I'm living this life.
Right.
Like, nah,
Like no.
nah.
It's not. No. There's things to do. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm glad you asked that.
I mean, my woman had to understand the way I speak, the way I believe. Ain't no way that I can call you my queen.
Hmm.
You know, my wife is my queen.
Hmm.
I can't call you my queen if you're not handling queenly duties.
True indeed. True indeed.
A queen knows what's going on in the realm.
100%.
A queen makes sure that king can show up every day.
Mm-hmm.
When he go down, she's the reigning ruler. Baby, you got to be ready for that. You can't just be something cute on my arm. You
Right.
can't just be the passenger princess that I don't want you to be princess at nothing.
Yeah.
You can't just be here.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's like how we say it ain't the end of something. Like when you get out of prison, that ain't the end of nothing. You just started. Now you have a whole different set of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You open a different door.
Yeah.
Choosing your wife that's a huge impact on the next part of where you're going.
100%.
Does this person propel you? Does this person drag you? Does this person expand your network? Does this person have you solo? And what is this person going to bring to that full picture? Besides, as you say, I mean, the material,
Yeah.
the outer,
Yeah.
the all that, the WAP,
Yeah.
all that shit. Like,
Wow.
bro, that shit is around here in abundance. But who are you soul tying to, man?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is this person? People got to, bro. That's a soul tie.
Mm-hmm.
Soul. You feel what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
bro? Ain't no way me and you can be tied together, and I can float to the moon while you drown in the ocean.
Right.
That it just can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
When you tie your soul to somebody, where do they want to see your soul end up? Do you want to see me sitting at the knee of the Most High?
Talk to me.
If that's not where you want my soul to end up, I don't want mine tied to yours.
Yeah, no question.
If that's not where you want your soul end up, I don't want mine tied to yours.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. That's what it is. Because like I said, you combine the consciousness, you combine the energy together to make something work.
Right.
Because what scripture says, you can't be unequally yoked. Because as you try to pull that cart, you can't be unequally yoked. It ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right.
That cart ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. So I mean, yeah, we gotta have it. And that's why I said, bro, it's so vital to understand. I think when we talk about love, the essence of love and what that first means to you, and how you need to bind that to yourself and walk in that, so that any and everyone else in your surroundings can feel that and gravitate towards you. First, your spouse, so they can gravitate. Your children can gravitate you, and so y'all can share a bond and a boost of energy to propel you where you really need to go. And really, to be honest with you, ain't no really going nowhere. It's achieving, it's accomplishing as it goes.
Right.
We ain't going nowhere because we're gonna continue on. Life energy doesn't die; it only changes shapes and forms. You know what I'm saying? It only changes shapes and forms. So if energy don't die and I'm only energy, I'm going to continue to change shapes and forms as I continue on.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed.
No, it
It can
cannot.
only be transferred.
That's it. Think about that. And that's who you are. And the essence. And that itself is love. You see what I'm saying? That state of consciousness is love, what we just said. Because we're acknowledging, we're aware of who we are first. Before we bring any or anything into our life, we're acknowledging that state of existence is love. We are energetic beings. The energy doesn't die, only changes forms, and it's not created. You see what I'm saying? So that's in essence of who you are. Think about it. That's why you're smiling. That's pure love right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm big on words, brother. So when cats think about husband, wife, and these relationships, right? Relationships start with relation. You know what I mean? Proximity. How things compare and contrast. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be around something to be in relation of it. But when you have a husband or a wife, you go through a marriage. To marry something means to become one.
Mm-hmm.
You've been welded together.
Mm-hmm.
That you are now married. These are not two things anymore. So when we talking about energy, when a person is picking a mate, they gotta understand like you about to marry energy with this person. It ain't gonna be no more you get a little bit of mine, I get a little bit of yours. Y'all are one entity sending
Mm-hmm.
energy out now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all build from here on out, your energy will be different because y'all are now building as one in this household.
Mm-hmm. True indeed. True indeed.
You sure you want to become one with that person?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's just how I look at it. That's how I pick my mate, brother. But I do want to say, now you in love?
Okay.
Yes, no,
Yeah, 100%. I thought you was gonna
okay,
go on like, now you know, blah blah blah. No, I got
okay,
you. Yeah, for sure.
and that's real love.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna assume this is bringing you peace, growth, alignment, all of that.
Uh, well, yeah, but it's always gonna have its fluctuations. That's what I mean. And it's because of these
Yeah, of
fluctuations,
course.
I've able to learn myself even better. It's not gonna be this. Marriage is not linear. It's cyclical. And like everything else
Right.
in nature, there's nothing in nature that's linear. Nothing. Everything in nature, look at the bottom of a tree, look at the weather, everything in nature is cyclical. So it's the same thing in a marriage. It's cyclical. You're gonna have your cycles of ups and downs. It is the true
Right.
love, the true essence that's gonna get you past that. Because
Now
everything
let me
is
ask you
cyclical.
this.
Yes.
So the love you have now,
Mm-hmm.
your partner, your love, who you give your love to or share your love with right now, doesn't necessarily look like who you thought it would be.
True.
So let's speak to that. When did you feel like your idea of love or who is deserving of your love? When did you see that expanding?
That never, let me explain this to you. I'll say this. Um, that never that never was questioned. What I mean by that is the love that I have now was developed through a time of struggle.
Okay.
First so let me explain. We knew each other because she was once married to my second cousin back in the day. They got a divorce, blah blah blah. So we knew each other
Okay.
for a while, blah blah blah. So it was circumstances that created. I ended up getting now living with, you know what I'm saying, one of my cousins. She was there, blah blah, and we ended up connecting. But the thing about that was, it was through that developing relationship, through that struggle, we end up even getting closer because we was already cool, super cool. So through that experience, we end up developing a stronger bond, which I feel ends up in the growth of even loving more. Because we've been through enough struggles. We were living in hotels. You know what I'm saying? Went from that to being blessed with the Most High, giving us an apartment to live in. So it was through the struggle that we developed a stronger bond, and within that, our love is well developed. Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel that's why I keep saying that I feel the love continues to grow. It's not a linear thing. It's not this begins, this ends. Love doesn't work like that. That's not true. It's never a beginning or ending of anything. It's a constant process and a constant, and I'm enjoying it now. A lot of times when we first started off, we had our struggles, bro, ups and downs, arguments, blah blah blah. I was drinking, I was doing, and we had our
So
struggles.
let me
But for
understand
me,
this though. Let me make sure I understand you so far. It sounds like because what we get into is um now you're in an interracial love.
yeah,
But from as I'm hearing you speak, none of that is entering your mind so far. I don't know what's gonna come later, but it's not entering your mind right now. Is this is another human that I've known. This is another human I've known intimately for so long that I can trust this person to take this next step, and we can see what this is about. Then I went through something with this other human, with this other soul. I got blessings with this other human. I've been growing with this other human, and I'm feeling like your relationship with love was stronger than any biases you had about color or
agreed.
race background.
Okay, so what I will say that 100%. I think again that developed, but I also got to keep it 100, knowing that
Okay,
lust also plays when we chase it. So let's not pretend
right.
like we never had an infatuation for white women. Let's knock it off. Don't do that.
What about black guilt?
Black Hill,
Black guilt.
black guilt. Um, yes, that's played a part because of my raising by
Okay.
my mother, which was a Black Panther.
Okay.
That's never gonna overshadow the person who's going through life with you. The person who's willing to sacrifice for you, the
Right.
person who loves you unconditionally, the person who's always rubbing on you. All that's gonna be over. All that has to deteriorate to the point to where you understanding. Okay, this person didn't come by coincidence; it was by cosmic reasoning, and so therefore, this person
Wait.
here. Come
I
on,
gotta
talk to me.
push back on that. You said
Okay,
all that has to it doesn't. We know plenty of people who put their insecurities, their ego, what people may think about them, their upbringing before that person. So it definitely can overshadow. I want to know why you saying it that we can't let it. You know
because
what I
I
mean? Or
told you.
because there's some
Right.
people that's still doing that.
No, but we can't afford to let it happen right now because you're living in the age, which is the age of Aquarius, that demands a unified thinking. You can't go into
Hmm.
any new age with a division type of thinking. Your spirit will not last. You will not be able to succumb to
Right.
that. That this age, this new age, you cannot come into that with that type of heart because your heart is going to be weighed. You know that, and I know that. So I think through that development, that coming to understand, that's new though. That's in the process of me coming again, loving self, coming to knowledge of
Right.
self. In this
Right.
process, that's the development that I've come to understand. That if someone is
Okay, side
applying to,
note, you said
go
that's
ahead.
new. Have you just started building up your knowledge of self?
No, I've been doing that since I was about 14, 13, maybe even 12. Like I
Okay.
said, my mother.
I just wanted to
So
point that out. So it's clear that when you said that's new, you also saying I'm still building, I'm still adding to myself, I'm still learning. Like you never felt
100%.
like, oh, I'm just
No, no,
100%
no,
there. I ain't
no,
gotta
no. I'll
add nothing
never.
to myself.
No, I'll
Right.
never
Okay.
be like that.
That's why I
I'll
just wanted to make
never.
sure,
Let
yeah,
me tell you
that's
something.
clear.
This is something I'll never, ever be like that. You can never know it all. And those who think they
Right.
do, you've lost already. As soon as you think like that, you've lost already.
Right.
No, that can't even come across my mind.
Right.
So
No,
it's
for
the
real.
yeah, 100%. It's the influence that my wife has had on my life. Is why I've said I had to have the humility, the patience. She's really got me on this health eating right. So these are the things that she's just brought into my life that assisted me to help me catapult to the next level. But to learn I don't want to learn everything. No. Give me
Right.
the tools that I could keep it open. How could you? The
Right.
Most High is infinite. What are you talking about? I don't want to learn everything. I want to
Right.
enjoy the process of gathering.
Right. Right. Hey,
No,
I don't want to know I don't want
no,
to never be done.
not exactly.
I want to
Yeah.
keep cracking books. I want to keep having conversations. I want to keep traveling. Like, I want to
You hear
keep
that question?
expanding, exploring, discovering.
Yes. And again, I'm glad
Yeah.
we talked about love in our marriage and what they brought to the table. Um, because I think it comes down to the individual and what they need. If they are pursuing what they need to pursue, it comes down to what that person can bring into your life and you can bring into their life to assist that, bro. This is what it has to be. But I'm telling you, the challenge is a mental challenge. You got to stop divisionally in division thinking. That's binary. The matrix is made up of 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 0. That's binary thinking. That's negative,
Right.
positive, black, white, right, wrong, up, down. But quantum thinking is in the matrix. He showed you. If you remember the matrix, Neo saw he saw the computer screens. He said, "Oh, so this ain't
Right.
nothing but the simulation. That's not my true
Right.
self." So I feel that for me now, that's how we have to come into this time frame, bro. Because if you get caught up in any of that, you're going to go right along with it. If you want to go out there and do this or do that, marching it up, bro, you're going to get caught up with that wave. It's not that time. Step back, work on self, and take care of what's needed, bro. That's what you need to do right now. Don't get caught up in this swaying, this binary thinking. That's not love, bro. That's not love. Love is unified. It has to be. And you have to have that type of energy anyway right now. Yeah, simple as that. You can't
Okay.
have it no other way.
Now let's talk about this. Did you ever feel any pressure from like the black community for being in an interracial relationship?
I think we will always feel pressure in our community, in all communities, because we've been bound by this concept of race, which is literally a concept that was created. Most people don't know that. Um, so
Right. Right.
they don't even realize it was literally a concept that was created. So
Because there
do
was a
I
point in
feel
time
that?
where you were just known as the people from where you were from. Like, oh, that's the guys from up north.
Right,
They came from west. That's all that was.
right, right,
Yeah.
100%. I do think we also have to take into account genetic mixing as well. We're not talking about biological makeup. We're talking about also genetics as well. What that can or cannot do, or what that can and cannot harm the melanin content. If we're talking about our children, if we're having children, all these things need to be taken into question too. And so,
Okay.
um, but as far as pressure, no, I'm really feeling right now I'm on a path to where I have to stay focused on what's important. So the pressure, I really don't get that, or I really don't feel, because I'm not saying it's
Right.
not there, but I'm not going to allow it to affect me right now. Um,
Right. And
because I feel
that's how I feel. I don't now. Once again, I've been working on myself for a long time before I met my fiance. So I had already
mm,
been a big thing for me was what was clearing my life out of the wrong association. So
hmm
when I got with her, I didn't really have the type of people in my life that down you for things or don't want the best for you. So I didn't really get that, but I understand it's there. Now we understand we might be in certain environments, we might get a look or two by some people we don't even
yeah,
know. Like,
yeah,
oh, okay, that's what this brother doing. Oh, you went that
yeah,
way with it, huh? And you don't even really know the story. But
right,
yeah, like you said, that don't even. Once again, you don't even exist to me.
right,
So it's not even
right,
about me allowing you to affect me, bro. You ain't even there, like,
right.
because I know
That's where I'm
I
at.
don't feel no loving energy coming from over there, so I don't
Right,
recognize nothing else, you
right.
know. But we also know there's a lie in the community that being in an interracial relationship, especially a white woman,
Yeah.
um, makes you either less black yourself, or if you were
hmm
on your Afrocentric pro black, then it was like, oh,
hmm
you less pro black now. And if you ain't you less black yourself, or you less liking your other blacks, like, what you feel about that? Is that true?
No, here's the deal. In fact, my wife will tell you how much I love my people. She tells you how much I
Yeah.
love my people. She'll be the first one to let you know how much I love mine. Every time I see a black
Mine
man,
too, right?
it's just either what's up, black man, or what's up, king. So my wife
Right,
knows how much I study my history, how much I know my history, and how much I know who I am. And as a white
right,
woman, she's embraced that. So no, not at all, bro. But at the same time, I understand where the sisters come from, like saying, okay, well, if you're a strong black man, knowing who you are, why aren't you with a strong black woman to build a family union? I get that argument. The circumstances that led to my relationship is not the same as everyone else's, and I don't expect everyone
right,
else to understand. And again, that goes
right,
back on the end of shit I'm saying, but that's never gonna stop me from understanding and pursuing the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who I am and what I am and how much I love my people. Period, point blank. And I will always. We have suffered a lot in this country. So if you're gonna get involved with us, I suggest you understand a part of that suffering, because you're not just getting involved with a black man. You getting involved with a whole people that's been going through a
yeah,
whole
right,
lot within these boundaries.
right,
And I think a lot of white women understand that, bro, when they come into relationships
right,
with brothers. Man. I think they do. Some can
right.
handle it, some can't. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
I feel like it's a difference between getting in a relationship with any nigga and being in a
yeah,
relationship with a black man.
there's no question. Yeah, a nigga is
But
there's,
it also goes back to having those standards for your life,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I feel like uh because we got a lot of similarities, bro. And I know I'm the type of person that you ain't gonna be in a room with me and not know I'm pro black if it comes to that. Like, if we you ain't gonna have to worry about where I stand. You ain't gotta do that with me. You
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
know.
yeah, talk about
You,
that. Like,
and I'm not gonna dim it. I'm not gonna turn it down. I'm not gonna do nothing,
yeah,
right? So since I don't do that in my regular life, I don't do that with my woman either. And since we had that vetting process of friendship and all that, she's seen that through and through the whole time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's once you have standards for your life, everybody that you invite in your life, once again, they've already paid that ticket at the front. They already know the dress code. They know how to come in to your space. Hey, this is what we
Mm-hmm.
accept and what we don't accept. If you don't have that baseline, hey,
But hold on, let me say this though. That also continues to grow. And here's what I mean by that. Like,
yeah,
my wife has seen me in the game. So she see me in the
Yeah.
game, she see me out of the game. And there's
Right.
certain things like we learned, like you can't bring no swine in the house. You can't bring certain things in the house. She knows
Right.
that.
Right. Right.
But now, what I mean by how we're growing is now we're trying to get rid of all plastics in our house and only mess with glass. So we're growing
Right.
in that. Now we
Right.
bring certain foods in our house and we don't bring other foods in our house. So it's a growth
Yeah.
process as well. And I love that because it's just not. You're not just okay stopping here. You get to well, what else can we do together as a
Right.
couple? But I mean, when it comes to like back to our conversation though, but when it comes to that pressure, I no longer feel that because I don't have time to. I really don't.
Right.
It's too much of a mental job just to keep myself in alignment, not being fluctuated by all these, right, wrong, up, down type thing. I want to maintain a certain peace for me to develop because I know that I have an objective here. I have an outcome on this earth. I'm not just here to be. I wasn't born to just be born. No.
Because
I'm
you
trying.
remember,
No.
brother, when they passed the time when they had already created race, but when you fast forward to like the Willie Lynch letters, the reason why they created the heavy push on the colorism and to disseminate the language and to put darks, lights, and then the whites over here, we got to understand that's one of the tentacles. They want us to be distracted with shit like that.
Time.
You got somewhere you going. Okay, I'm gonna still get there for sure. But if I stop and have to get at every naysayer and detractor of what I'm going on in my relationship, how much longer is it gonna take me? How many opportunities am I gonna miss? How many handshakes that could have led to something am I gonna miss because I missed my spot? Because I'm
Too
talking to
much.
you that's not trying to add nothing to me.
I know it.
Come
I'm
on.
saying. Come on, man. I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Believe that. Yeah, bro. Woo! Hey, listen, you better send me some of this. This is yeah. Yeah. This
Okay.
is
Now let me know this. Can you hear me? All right, let's talk specifics, and I'll go first. I want to know in what way does your relationship, and it don't have to be just your woman, but just being in this relationship, how does that build you and build your life? So for me, not gonna lie, bro, I was in a lot of rooms over the years, like, man, I'm putting so much work in on myself, and I feel like ain't nobody developing like I'm developing. Ain't nobody reading like I'm reading. Ain't nobody asking questions like I'm asking questions. Ain't nobody changing their friend circle like they changing their, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
bro, I ran into my woman and she was on the level. And she was like, oh yeah, this is what I've been doing the last few years, and this is what I was doing before that. I was like, hold on, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So first it was a reality check, it was an ego check. Like, hold on. It's other people like you ain't just the only one out here. Don't get big headed. It's other people for you because I'm gonna need some people to convene with when I get there. When I get to where I'm going. And God is just letting me know, like, hey, it's gonna be people out here that I want you to go along your journey too, because I've been having them work on themselves before you got there. This woman is the most responsible person I probably ever met in my life, bro. It's nuts, and she be having me just big on my accountability. We speak so raw to each other, where it's not about hurting, but it's also about like, if you feel some type of way, let me know that. If I feel some type of way, let's talk about something. Let's grow. We're not gonna hold on to stuff. We're not gonna miss out on our energy. We're not gonna consider things like divorces or what we could do with somebody else. We in something, and that gives me a cornerstone because I tell you this, how it builds me up, bro, is man, I got a loving competition. Like I said, she the most responsible person I know. So she got me on my making conscious choices, making the best decisions because I know that's how she gonna act. She told me once before, and I was having like a little lust stroke, not nothing like too far gone, but looking at stuff on the internet and stuff like that. And she was like, just so you know, like the reason why I conduct myself like I do is because a year before I was even looking for somebody, I started conducting myself like a wife. And I was like, oh shit.
Mm.
And she was like, when I move, I be like, is this how a wife would move? And it had me looking like, oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, that was solid. And
Mm.
and I took that, and that's how I be moving. This is how a husband would move, man. Is this honorable for the household? So she gives me a person that I know is going to uphold a standard and uphold their role in our household, in our relationship. So as the man, as the leader, I have to always stay on my toes. Like, man, how can I lead this person in the best way? This is the
Mm.
person that will allow me to drive off the cliff, and I got to make sure we never do.
Mm.
Because she's like, I'm in your hands. I am your helpmate. I've submitted to your leadership. Make sure it's the
Mm.
right leadership, because I've always been a proponent of a woman shouldn't submit to a man simply because he's a man.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Respect is given. Submission should be earned. I'm gonna show mutual respect to every human on earth. I'm gonna do that. That submission needs to be earned. That man needs to earn that submission. He needs to be worth that. He should actually have leadership qualities. He should be going somewhere with himself and be able to make sure he can handle taking her there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want people to misunderstand my words. I don't mean taking her with him on a free ride. I don't care about that's a different conversation about who paying
So
for
we ain't
what
no,
and the
no,
finance and all that.
we ain't gonna bring all
But
that in
just
now. We are.
you should have capacity to bring this other human into your life without demonizing them, without traumatizing them. You should be able to let them either stay and grow better than they ever would have without you, or when they do leave, they left better than they came.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just for me, man, I just feel like, man, my woman I love the way she keep me on my toes, man, because she's just like, I see what you're doing. I'm behind you. What you need help with? What do I need to support? So I got to make sure I'm giving her something to help me with, something to support. I keep something going
Right.
on so she can come right with me, man. And that extends to now. Now my son is like, hey, Dad, I'm looking at the trades, the electrician. I'm looking at jumping in real estate. Why? Because he been hearing me say it for so long. So they teaching me how to steward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So I love it here, man. What about you, brother?
That's a blessing. So no, mine has been opposite. And what I mean by opposite is that what me and my wife, bro, what I love about it is the ability to grow in this relationship. We've had our ups and downs. It's become physical. I've had alcohol issues. Um, there's been arguments. It has not been an easy road, but I learned something. I love the fact that I have someone who's willing to go through it with me, and through the process sees my discipline so that I can become a
Right,
stronger, and that's what I've witnessed throughout, because we going on 40
right,
years now. So I've witnessed my growth in myself and in herself, and how that possibility is continue on, and I'm addicted to it. Now, what else can we do? What else can we achieve? But we had a rocky start, bro, and it was because we had to get to know each other. That's the truth, man. I was not a good man. I was not a good husband. And I'm still dealing with anger, but I'm aware of it and I'm working towards bettering myself. I still have to catch my words, knowing that my words have power. They're very powerful. But that takes mental discipline. And I'm more than willing. I want to go through it. Because what else can I do? What else can I learn? What else can I achieve? So this woman is brought to light, and it's some deep shit that I want to keep hidden, that I didn't want to accept. I didn't want to be humble. I didn't want to be patient. I want to go now, 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 now. So this balancing act that this woman has brought into my life is what I fell in love with, is because this is who I can become. Now, let me come on. Now let's go. This is just the beginning. I just told her this yesterday. This is just the beginning. This move to the coast is the beginning. Yeah, what I was saying, what she brings into my life, bro, is that balancing, that awareness,
right,
that like, look, no matter what we going through, we're gonna have each other. That's the
right.
most important for me. My foundation right there, because that's what I can build upon. No matter what we're gonna go through,
Yeah,
we're gonna get through this.
yeah.
And so that's what I
Right,
needed. I didn't realize I
right,
needed it though, because I've always denied marriage. I've always never really, I ain't with all that shit. You know how niggas be thinking, but As I'm now in it
Right.
now, okay, now this is what we're gonna go through no matter what. We've made this contract to go what we're gonna go through, and this is what we're gonna do. And having that, you are able to open up and afford the ability to grow, the ability to learn, the ability to love each other even more. What you don't like, what you can't
Tell me
stand.
this, bro. Don't that knowing that you got that soldier that's going to die on that sword with you, right? Don't that just bring just a different piece? That's just
It
a
do,
different
bro.
piece over life right there.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And we ain't gotta be the same. We ain't gotta be the same. We ain't gotta like the same stuff. We ain't gotta do none of that. Nah. Just be there.
Right.
Let's ride. Get in the car.
And that's what I mean about that leadership piece. When
Mhm.
my women say like whatever you want, I'm on, like, and they like you say, this person gonna go through whatever with you. Now my leadership is saying, what is the whatever that I'm gonna make them go through?
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Is it gonna be blessed filled or stress filled? Because they saying whatever I'm willing to do, whatever I'm going, they willing to go with me. So where am I
Yeah.
gonna take them through? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna take them through your journey. What's happening is you taking them through the journey that they're helping you with. You see what I'm saying? So you need to understand that's what they're helping you with, man. You taking them on the same journey that they're helping you with, bro. And it's all gonna be beneficial for all whoever is involved. And I bet ya. You know what I'm saying? I keep running into these damn wind chimes, yo. uh,
Say, man,
uh,
yeah, bro, that was an excellent one, man. Yeah, I needed that, bro, because I just feel it's not just enough conversations about just what love is until we in it. Everybody want to practice in the middle of the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's not the time to be to be learning about
No.
shit, man. Having these conversations about love give us the tools to use when we get in this situation. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need the reinforcements and the upliftment of the community and our brothers around us. Like, oh, you going through this? Or bro, give me another perspective. So I feel like that was a cool one for us to be able to display that.
That's what we doing, bro. That's what it's on and popping now. We gonna keep doing this. Yeah, we gonna keep doing
Now
this.
hold on.
Huh.
Now let's get to this crown talk.
Crown talk. Oh, we on crown talk.
Okay,
Okay.
so the crown talk for the day, my tidbit is love is evolutionary, man.
Mm.
Love is to be worked on and worked in, and worked for. Um, Love it just can't have any bounds. It just can't. It's too great. You couldn't build anything to keep real love in. Love is not an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Love is a state of being and a mindset, as my brother say. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
but I also feel like love should be experienced, which means a person should probably stop closing their mind off to certain people or certain things because of outdated bias or an unoriginal thought. When I say unoriginal thought, I mean one that wasn't created by your mind, something
Mm-hmm.
that was put there by somebody else and that you just ran with. Um, I'm in a relationship with a white Nicaraguan woman, and to be totally honest, she about 96% just white. Um, and I love the hell out of my woman, and she love the hell out of me. And to me, I don't care what nobody say. That's still black love because I don't know how to be to admit any other type of love. I
Right.
only give black love, so
Right.
I'm definitely this is black love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't really care about who feels how they feel about it or nothing like that. But man, experience love. That's my crown talk today, man. Just experience love, experience it fully, man, and just love truly. Don't try to scam nobody or manipulate. Just see what it does, man. Open your heart and your mind.
Real talk. And I appreciate that too, man. My crown talk though. My crown talk is that love is probably one of the hardest things to express because it was never meant to be spoken. Love itself is an essence that only can be shared between the two people that's truly experiencing it. So a lot of times we try to define things. We try to put words to things, and I think love is something that you really cannot do that too. You can express some of the emotions you may have towards it, but in its foundation, I think love is so powerful that it's an energy source that cannot really be regulated or even given. Rather, it only can be experienced to the highest degree. Why do I say that? Because I think love is the most high. There is no separation between the two. The most high is love. It is a frequency that is so high that when you tap into it and when you know it, you can only really express it, bro. That's it.
You're saying God is love, God is the most high, love is the most high.
Love is the most high. So these things that we attempt to try to express through words a lot of times get limited because of language. When you talk about true love, it's when you walk in your woman's presence or you hear her voice or it may be over a text message and you get that smile, that's love. When you next to her without even saying nothing, you can just feel her vibe, that's love. You see what I'm saying? It's that energy. It's most times it's not expressed through words and all these other different things. No, bro, it's just the presence. That's the crown talk. Fall in love with the presence, the moment. That's where it's at. You're not gonna find it in the future. You're not gonna find it in the past. Find it in the moment because that's the only place it exists. And if you ain't getting that, you'll never understand what it is. Because I can't give you no more words than that, brother. That's my crown talk.
Dig, that's good game right there.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
I truly feel, bro. Yeah, no
Yeah,
question.
brother, that's a good one.
So salute to you, bro. Listen, I'm gonna get ready to go to work. I go to 2 o'clock. So tomorrow,
Yeah, for sure.
bro, listen, I need you, bro. I can't wait for you to dissect these and edit these, man.